But the next set is the katate set, which means that it's like one-handed strikes or one-handed suburi. The whole set of katate adds this idea of long-reaching or far-reaching strikes. So you use your whole body to be able to reach far. You use the nature of the instrument or the weapon, jo, to be able to reach much farther than, for example, you could with your sword. So there you add the value in that sense. I find these incredibly useful to find my body connected to the ground, but you have to be very aware of that. So, all right, so the first one is katate gedan gaeshi. So it's a katate, so you're going to use one hand and you're going to do a strike in one form or another. So this is going to look like this. So I'm going to look from the front here. This is a line of attack. I'm going to go step slightly off like this, okay? I just have my cord here. So let's take slightly off. I'm going to leave slight room in my jaw, and the reason for that is normally, well, in this case, it comes naturally, but it also adds protection because people do lose their jaws in this and they fly and it's super dangerous. So add a little bit of protection to that, and particularly when you are in classroom settings or in dojo settings. But more importantly, so it looks like this, okay. And try to do this without shaking up too much of the cord. And one more time. You collect your body, you ground yourself even more, you store that energy, and then you release it forward and up. But this is the point I want to make today, is that it's not like this. It's not a jump up away from the ground. It is staying inside with connection with the ground throughout the whole thing. So that foot in particular, you have all that rotation going on. So there's going to be a lot of stored energy, rotational energy or movement that's going to be transmitted from the ground through that foot. And so it's really important that as you progress through the technique, that you stay connected to the ground like that. Of course, there are many other technical points. One thing is, if you do this and you connect with something on the way, which might happen, like another jaw, then it will bounce off or will bounce. So to try to catch it on the way over here, you will miss. So the normal tip is that, or suggestion is that you reach out with your hand in the where you're gonna hit, so that by that impact point, you will catch it, no matter what. Okay, so you don't wait over here and hope for the best. Some people even never let go. They do like this. So they keep the hand connected throughout. I like to kind of have it there, like there. Okay, that's katate gedan gaeshi. And then we have katate hachi-no-ji, katate tooma-uchi, which is again, it's a tooma, which is like a big sweep. And this is really like the high standard of like how to really reach far. Two versions of this, either from the standing point here or from here. Both of them will end up where you end up behind your back and kind of loading the gun. And if you start from here, all I want you to do is to slide slightly in again, so you leave a little bit of room for the same reason as before, for safety. Particularly with this one, where it's really easy that woohoo, it will just fly away because you don't get that good grip, or it's slippery. If you start from here, one way of handling that is have your hand a little bit and then you grab it a little bit underneath, leaving about a hand's width distance. Now, your whole body is again loading the gun down from the ground, your whole body finding that power from the groundwork, okay? And then when you go forward, of course, the nature of it is to reach. But the way you can make use of this as a body work is to again coil through through that front foot and stay in balance even though you do this very long reaching movement. Boom. So you should be able to stay in that foot. Same idea as before. Don't let it happen. Don't let it, catch it too late. If the impact happens, you will miss. So catch it early. And also don't let it just kind of slide all the way behind you when you're done, because you might want to do something else. And if you just let that kind of slide back, it will be hard. One more time. Okay. The impact is naturally your mirror image temple. It comes slightly from above down. Should be relaxed. And I see that this is really hard for a lot of people in the beginning. They don't feel strong enough, so it's very wobbly. It tends to be like, all over the place. And the more you practice, the more you're going to be able to relax completely. And this is going to be able to follow with this very nice movement. All right, katate tooma-uchi, and then katate hachi-no-ji gaeshi. So this is the sign for 8th movement or sweep. So the sweep looks like the sign 8, which is this way. And this normally starts from the back. So you're already standing in this position. Let it behind you. Left foot forward. Again, give yourself some space. And sometimes even more than normally. The only thing is if you give you too much space, you will hit yourself on the nose. So a little bit more perhaps. Bring it up in a curve, hit it on someone or your mirror image on the way down, catch it, and then you're going to do the from above again on the way back. So it's going to look like this. Observe my footwork. There are people, you can do it far out, or you can do it together, or you can do it even less. So I'm going to do it light, around my other foot, together, bring it back, together, and go back. So that's going to be the footwork. The whole movement is like this. And if you can do it a little bit more relaxed, you're going to have this very nice coil or wave-like nature in your body. And you end up in a controlled position, in a hasso position in the end. Okay, so should be relaxed. Again, this whole movement is super good to practice at how to stay in your base while you're moving. So, like this. And how to stay extended in your arms and not keep it cramped in. Like this, but be able to express out. So it's going to practice a lot of muscles around your wrist. Katate hachi-no-ji gaeshi. Hachi-no-ji gaeshi.